Hi, I'm Yorma Jennings, and in this presentation I want to show how the PDF Smart Whiteboard works for Adobe Connect. The intention of the PDF Smart Whiteboard is it allows you to have enhanced whiteboarding functionality beyond the default settings that come with the Share Pod of Adobe Connect. These would be the basic drawing functions of having a pen or a marker tool, simple text, or shape tools available to you that way through that tool. It is a good function, but a lot of groups need a little bit more. So the PDF Smart Whiteboard Pod is a tool that allows you to create and save documents within the Share Pod of Connect or within the custom pod of Connect. So that way you can leverage markups or documents that you've used in the past, as well as uploading new ones that you would need in future situations. So there's a couple ways to start. One is to select one of the documents that you've previously uploaded, or if you're starting fresh, we can upload a PDF or create a new blank page. When I create a new blank one, I can call it whatever I want. Maybe we'll call this our networking workflow document. And we'll go ahead and create that. And it will go ahead and create a blank document that we can then mark up. So we have the ability here to add pages to it if one page is not enough. We can comment just like we can in normal PDFs. And then we can also control who has access to the tools. So the default setting is that hosts can. We can open up to hosts and presenters, or we can give everyone the ability to mark up the document. And there's definitely advantages one way or the other. We'll start with host right now. We do also have the control over whether we allow people to download it if they're not hosts within the room, so we can turn that off and on. With the documents that we have abilities to do things like clear the page, use the pointer to grab objects on it, as well as to rotate the document just in case something, you upload a document and it's facing the wrong way. We do also have the undo and redo buttons up top. On the far left, we have all of our controls. And so rather than the simple drawing and shape tools, we have kind of a variety of different tools that you can use. So we do have the select, move, delete tool, right? So you can select objects and relocate them. We have the clone option, so essentially a duplicate function. So if there's something on there you want to duplicate, we can change that. We can do color pickers. We can change the size of our drawing tool if that's what we're going to use. And then down here we do have highlighting as well as commenting, and then basic drawing functionality. So we have filled rectangles, outlines of rectangles, ovals, the same options, the lines, the two-sided lines, or rather the arrows and the two-sided arrows, the lines, and then the free drawing tool. So those are the basic functions that come with Connect, as well as the ability to put text on there. So some of the enhanced functionality that the PDF Smart Whiteboard does come with is the ability to drop a grid on the document if you want that. So we can say we want to do a beautiful pink grid that is a 6x6 square, and you can of course choose to do non-square as well. We'll hit apply, and now that's been applied to the page, and we can use that as reference when drawing. So if you're going to do something that requires graph paper, maybe you want to segment out a page, so that way you could have people write in different sections. There's any number of reasons why you would want the grid, but that's one of the options we do have. On top of that, we do have the ability to bring in some images. So these are the default images that come with the application. So we have devices, and we named this, it was going to be our network diagram. So maybe we're going to throw some network objects on there. So there's our database server, and then we're going to have our desktop server over here. And then we're going to have our mobile server that's going to sit next to the desktop server. And finally, we will have our end users, and rather than a user server, I'm just going to have the computer. And we can rename them. I want to go ahead and actually use the one here with the individuals, and I'm going to use my clone tool, and that way I can have multiples of it. So kind of a neat tool there. And then I want to change the text. So I'm going to call this, instead of a server, user computer. All right, and you see we can start to arrange things in different ways. And then maybe I use my arrows to illustrate communication between objects. So the desktop server is going to talk to all the user computers. And then, let's see, I don't have a smartphone icon, but I could go through and I could find it and upload one if I wanted. But right, we can go through and create diagrams this way. So besides our office or device pieces, we do have offices with different kind of iconography, atoms if you want to build that, fruit and veggies, and just some kind of fun, interesting things. And one of the cool things about the PDF Smart Whiteboard is there is the ability to bring your own custom images in. So that way, if you use common clip art or images or things along those lines, they can be added for easy access for your users and your use of this tool. Another cool function that comes with the PDF Smart Whiteboard that's not traditionally available in Connect is the ability to do math functionality. So you select the formula button and you click on the page, and it will bring up our formula tool. And so here we can build, right, division, squares, powers of any kinds of formula you can think of. So it's filled with all kinds of symbols that go with math equations. And you can do actually really advanced and complex math equations easily within Adobe Connect. And this has been a challenge previously of being able to show this kind of functionality on a whiteboard and to work on complex math stuff within Connect in a collaborative fashion. So kind of a cool piece here that does allow us to put in the symbols, and then we can do 3 there and 425 down there, and then enter, or rather, then click close it, and it will appear. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so now I can place that wherever I want, and I can put all my math equations on here. And again, when I'm ready, I can add another page, and then we will have it generate that page, and we see we're now 1 of 2. We can move down and on to page 2. So as far as collaborative, interactive components of this tool, it's a nice feature-rich tool that gives you a lot more flexibility around what it is that you're going to do as far as interactions. One of the other cool things about it is it does keep track of who does the markups, and Connect sometimes shows it and it loses that information for some reason a fair bit. But this way you can mouse over objects and you can see who created it and then who last updated it. And I can go back to our first page and we can see all of that for each of these objects as well. So kind of a nice record keeping. It allows you to see who's drawing on there, where that's kind of information that's traditionally harder to find. So once we're done with that, we can hit close. It does save it. And so now I have my networking workflow PDF, at which point I can open it. We can copy it, so I can start over with a clean version. So this way, if you're going to have a source document and you're going to mark up multiple times, you can clone it each time so you always have a clean copy. We can also download it with all its markups, or we can just decide we don't want it anymore. Uploading a new PDF is fairly straightforward. You click a new PDF. You can browse your computer for one. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and go to my downloads folder where I grabbed a PDF. And now I have a pre-done piece of graph paper, right? So anything you could want in a PDF can be uploaded. And then if I close this without marking up on it, now I have my CI14 document. If I want to use that multiple times, that's where I would use the copy option. So I'll give it a name here. We'll call it my 2020 version and hit save. And now I have my copy. So here's my CI14 2020. Right, you can always put a class name or something along those lines. And now I can open it and edit it. Let's see, I'm going to make some nice blue lines on it. because who doesn't like just drawing on graph paper? And now that I have that collaboration done, I can hit close. Yes, I do want to close it. If I go back and open up my source file, of course that one is still blank and I can copy it and reuse it later. So that's kind of the PDF Smart Whiteboard, how it works. It is really a nice feature-rich tool that allows for collaboration within the room, and it's fantastic to be able to maintain that control. Who can draw on the board, if they can download the PDFs, all of those kind of features and functions. So if you have any questions about the PDF Smart Whiteboard, how it works, looking for a trial or even to purchase it, feel free to reach out to us at any time. We're more than happy to help you out with these tools. Thanks for watching.